Good afternoon, and welcome to Opinions Plus. I appreciate your comments, your viewing, everything, your interest in general into the channel, and well, I just appreciate it all. Today's clip is going to be on social media. I was just listening to a podcast or whatever, and I'm certainly not up with the verbiage. Well, there was a discussion with this author, Jonathan Hart, a sociologist, and he published and wrote some articles, and one articles in the Atlantic, and it said, America is uniquely stupid. America is uniquely stupid. And what does that mean? Well, in the discussion that I listened to, kind of the topic of the article wasn't defined completely. But the discussion did go into social media, internet, the quality that it has, what it is. I've said many times that one of the biggest changes, one of the causes of change, this constant change, is the internet. And people can't keep up with the internet. They can't keep up with the change. They can't keep up with the internet. It's dumbfoundingly fast. It provides information at an unbelievable speed. People just can't keep up with it. Academics can't keep up with it. The normal person can't keep up with it. And they track on what they're familiar with. And they usually lean in some way or another because of the amount of information that's given to them that they hear or whatever. And the discussion is, is the social, in some way, is the internet bad? Is, the iPhone bad? Is social media bad? And they did drift off to, many of the concerns, such as the impact of social media on young people and the need for discipline. Discipline, I thought. You're going to discipline the internet? How the heck are you going to do that? Well, they had discussions about dictators and totalitarianism and all the many issues that go into it. And I kept thinking that it comes back, always comes back to you. To you. You're the keeper, as it were. You're the one that listens and understands. And this goes back again one step farther to the ability to critically think, to open your mind and heart to ideas, and not just, whatever suits your fancy at the moment, but core beliefs and concerns. They talked about having controls, so a 10-year-old girl, apparently there's a lot of damage being done to young girls who get on the internet and are brutalized in many ways, verbally, emotionally, and get involved in many things that are just horrible. Did that ever happen before? Yes, of course it did. None of this is new. It's just another method of utilizing your controls, your awareness, your beliefs, and then it goes back in my mind as I listening to these conversations back and forth. There are three people talking, the author and two moderators, young people associated with university and I wouldn't call them progressive, but they were not, quote unquote conservative. The author did speak to the conservative concept in today's world and did agree with me that there is none. Certainly not in the framing of the Republican Party and what it's about. And he spoke briefly to that unique caricature of the Republican Party being lacking the vision that's necessary to improve the balance and the hope for the future. Because you can't, he did mention that he thinks DeSantis is going to be the next president, which, I suppose. But to me, the man is uniquely disqualified to be in government. But people want control. People do not want the change. It seems to be obvious to me that a good percentage of the people don't want change. And what they want is to go backwards to the quote-unquote 50s or whatever it is that their brains look to. Their emotions, and I did start to question in the article, is America uniquely stupid? And I thought, no, of course not. It's not uniquely stupid at all. This is a worldwide phenomenon, not America. It isn't America that's uniquely stupid. People are stupid. That's what they are. They're stupid. They let these things get out of hand. And I've said it before, and I'll say it a million times until I'm, tired of it, I guess. It's the leadership. There is none. They are not taking stands to convince, to control, to make the effort even. These McConnells and those people who had the ability to step up and guide the message. I mean, there's no plank in the Republican Party. That just tells you something right there about what's behind it. And people are manipulated by the internet. They're manipulated by social media, especially young people who have no experience, but older people as well. My gosh, it's just obvious. Look at the advertisements that are out there. Look at what people are selling, what the grifts are. And they're to the adult population. And they buy it. Hook, line, and sinker. And they send money to Mr. Trump, who's supposedly a billionaire, but obviously doubtful because he can't afford his own attorneys. But why should he pay for it? Why shouldn't I help him? Because he got himself into the jam. It's the law. He disobeyed the law, and therefore he's being prosecuted. You want to believe it's because he is the superhero, then believe it. But he isn't a superhero by any stretch of the imagination. He's just a reflection of the society in which, or the situations, and that's a part of the society, that brought him to prominence. It wasn't any special talent. He was there, and I've said it before, he was there to grasp the movement, the sense of change and frustration and fear and anxiety. Because people can't put their fingers on it. They can't point to one or two ideas that, oh, wow, this is it. But if you articulate some strange things like the Department of Justice weaponized against Trump with 91 charges, and it's all just, he's an innocent babe in the woods. My gosh, how could they prosecute such a man? Pretty easy, because he broke the law. It's that bloody simple, but you don't want to hear it, so you're not going to believe it. Is that as simple as it is? I'm afraid I think it is. Because he broke the law. and the prosecutors see that he broke the law. And all the courts, all the things, this lie about all this stuff. And part of that is all social media. Part of that is all the internet. If it was just reading this in the newspaper, as they did back in the 1860s when Abraham Lincoln first started the Republican Party, or I guess he didn't start it, but he was one of the prominent figures in the Republican Party at the beginning. It was just newspapers. When he campaigned for the presidency, he didn't even leave his home. They talk about Joe Biden not going out of the basement. Well, Lincoln didn't leave his home either. He let his statements from what he had said previously stand. And of course, back then, people did believe in the word that a person had given. Today, it's not so clear that a person's word is his bond. It used to be a handshake, your word is your bond. That's not so clear anymore. But I do agree that the social media is a big problem. So is the internet. It is a big problem, and not because of it itself. They used analogies of fire and chainsaws and all kinds of things, and metaphors, and the use of the chainsaw is fine if you know how to use it. The problem is you have to be taught how to use a chainsaw. You have to be taught how to use the social media. The social media speaks to the weaknesses, the temptations, the underlying abilities. That's where your temptations lead you. Your emotions lead you. Is there benefits? Of course there are benefits. Social benefits, experience, communication, information about COVID, about disease, about jobs, about all these things. It's all there for you. And so is all the other crap. So, it was an interesting thing. I don't think America is uniquely stupid, socially stupid, or anything else. It's everywhere. People are hurt. They need leadership. They need guidance. They need to be reawoken to the decency that they are inherent in, that they want to teach their children, but don't abide by it when they get to be adults. One of the examples I see all the time is the use of vulgarities. I saw a little thing on Mint Mobile, I think it is, and the gentleman, who's apparently a famous actor, just was saying things and then beep, 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 for the whatever advertising Benny it is. I don't think he was that foul-mouthed, but, you don't know. It's certainly becoming more social media accepted. We have to change that. We, in our lives, have to be the examples. If the leaders don't step forward, we as individuals have to step forward. So I disagree with Mr. Hart on many things. A lot of things I agreed with, because you can agree with most people on many ideas. Most people want to be just happy and live a decent life and have their bloody roads paved. Take care. If you like the clip, subscribe. If you like the channel, subscribe. If you like the clip, send it off to or hit the like button and send it off to a friend or neighbor. And I hope all is well with you, and thank you again for commenting and viewing. Take care. Have a great day.